Now to the startling comments from President Biden about Russia's threats to use tactical nuclear weapons in Ukraine. Last night at a fundraiser in New York, the president said that we have not faced the prospect of Armageddon since Kennedy and the Cuban Missile Crisis. And he went on to say, I don't think that there is any such thing as the ability to easily use a tactical nuclear weapon and not end up with Armageddon. The comments come at a time when Ukraine's army appears to be weakening Russia's military position, and that's generating fears about what Putin is willing to do to win the war in Ukraine. CBS News foreign correspondent Charlie D'Agata just returned from the scene of a missile strike in Zaporizhzhia and shows us the aftermath of Russia's latest attack on a civilian target.
Emergency teams scrambled in a desperate search for those who survived the missile strike, at times finding those who did not. We arrived to find firefighters dousing a mountain of twisted metal and debris, war crimes investigators looking through the rubble, local residents in disbelief.
Several hours after the rocket attack, and the building is still smoldering. This is no longer a rescue operation. This is a building smack dab in the middle of Zaporizhzhia.
And while the city is firmly under Ukrainian control, it's the regional capital of one of the areas President Putin illegally annexed just days ago. Olena got a 5 a.m. phone call from her 70-year-old mother saying she was trapped beneath the rubble.
Is she going to be okay? Was she injured?
She has broken ribs, a lung contusion, and a broken leg, she said, but she is alive.
Are you okay? You seem very composed. Were you not terrified? Are you not angry?
Very angry. It's not possible in our time. It's not possible. And our country help. We need help.
Lying on the pavement, 3 of at least 11 people killed here.
More innocent victims of President Putin's senseless war that had nothing to do with it.
It's the second major missile attack targeting residents in Zaporizhzhia within a week. Last Friday, we saw the aftermath of a strike on a civilian convoy that killed at least 30 people. Battlefield commanders tell us Russian forces are in complete disarray. Their retaliation launching long-range weapons into residential areas, spreading terror. What Russia can't capture, it seeks to destroy.
All right, Charlie, thank you. For more on the war in Ukraine now, I want to bring in CBS News reporter Mary Ilyushina. Thank you so much for joining us again, Mary. Let's start with President Biden's comments about Russia's sort of veiled threat to use nuclear weapons. I think, some observers are kind of not all over the fence, but some say take it seriously, but not too seriously. Don't read too much into it. Are we seeing anything on the ground or hearing anything from the Kremlin to indicate that Vladimir Putin is serious about these threats?
Good morning. From the Kremlin, we're definitely hearing that they are, preparing just in case there is a escalation in Ukraine. Vladimir Putin himself has alluded that he's he's ready to use any means that are available to him to advance his failing invasion of Ukraine at the moment. He didn't directly say he'll use nuclear weapons, but he implied that that's exactly what he's talking about. He said that this is not a bluff. But the reality on the ground so far, it doesn't indicate that they are indeed proceeding with some immediate preparations for an attack. And also the comments from actually the Pentagon before Biden's remarks were way more measured. They said that they don't see anything at the moment that would change the U.S. nuclear standing in any shape or form. They're not seeing this. There were reports about a nuclear submarine that apparently left an Arctic fleet, but some of the military experts suggesting that the very fact that things like that get into the media and get sort of in the public eye may be just a way for the Kremlin to keep this sort of conversation going and keep this threat up without actually proceeding with this.
So European Union leaders are working to address the energy crisis there, but they seem to be sort of chasing their tail. What difficulties is the EU facing in implementing price caps on Russia?
Well, they have to persuade a lot of players who are interested in Russian oil. That includes China, that includes India. There are huge clients that buy it. And the main obstacle right now is also Saudi Arabia, because OPEC is agreeing to slash the production, which will actually increase the price. And that they're not necessarily receptive to what the Biden administration has been doing, and that is trying to persuade them not to go along with the Russians. So Russia is definitely using sort of all means available to them to make sure that price caps don't happen. And they said that if they are implemented, they'll just stop selling to the countries that adhere to them, which could be a problem for you to persuade these countries because they do rely on this oil.
In the meantime, this idea of drafting Russians into the war is not going quite so well. There was a pair of Russians, in fact, that wanted to escape the possibility of draft so badly that they took a boat across the Bering Sea. They landed in Alaska. Mary, do we know more about what will happen with these nationals? And just how is Russia responding to what we are reporting as, an exodus to avoid a potential draft? I'm not sure how it's being reported there.
Well, regarding those two guys, they will probably apply for asylum, which is possible to do. There were a lot of Russians who took a less unconventional route and actually went through the Mexican border. And what they do is just, if they manage to get to the U.S. border officer and manage to say, I need asylum, then from then on, they can go through this process of potentially be in a detention prison and then get a lawyer and hopefully get some sort of status. But the way Russia is responding so far, they've not gone to the extreme. They did not shut the border, which is something a lot of people have been really scared of. But they are trying to sort of mediate and now, point fingers and say that they're trying to fix things with mobilization that saw some people who are blind or deaf or old and technically should not be serving called up, which is creating a lot of panic for people.
Wow. So before I let you go, the Nobel Peace Prize has been awarded to 3 recipients this year, a Belarusian human rights advocate, 2 human rights organizations, one from Ukraine, the other one from Russia. What did the committee say about their decision, and what do we know about these organizations?
Yeah, of course. So the decision is basically justified by the fact that all these 3 groups have been working towards building democracies in these 3 countries. They've been advancing human rights issues and, with varying degrees of success. But in Belarus, this activist, he founded the Visna movement that was instrumental in documenting the way the government of Alexander Lukashenko cracked down on protesters for many, many years, for over 20 years. In Russia, it's the Memorial Center that is being shut down by the Kremlin because of their sort of critical stance of the war and the way that they've sort of organized themselves in the country. They were one of the main networks of civil society in Russia. And in Ukraine, it's the Center for Civil Liberties, which is now, what it does is documenting potential Russian war crimes. And they're doing an essential work to bring all these facts together and potentially down the line, if any of these soldiers will be prosecuted, they will be able to present with the material. So all very important organizations.
Really interesting. Mary Ilyushina, thank you very much.
Thank you.